Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I am so excited because as you've seen in my last video, I graduated. I'm so excited and I want to show you guys the makeup that I had on for my graduation. I really took my time, girl. My lashes was down to the lash line. I'm just looking at myself like, who is you, girl? Your lashes is right. Like, I'm so, like, I couldn't believe it. So I want to recreate this look for you. I'm wearing my duets. I am currently enrolled in college, but they were trying to make me pay for the courses, and I said hell to the no, like we're not doing none of that. So once again, you know, not having a high school diploma was a cloud. So I was really wanting to give my mom this diploma. I wanted my dad to see me graduate regardless of whether he's physically here on earth or not. And you know, I wanted to make my husband proud, and I wanted to do it for myself. So I'm so happy that I finally did it. I'm so happy that I shared it with you guys. And you know, I thank you guys for all the encouragement, all the texts, the DMs, all the cash apps. Like, you know, it feels so good that people are really rooting for you, because this world is like, sometimes I feel like I came out of Shell or something, or a Cabbage Patch, because the way the people think is just like, who raised y'all? I just feel like I be in an alternate universe sometimes. And it's like times like this, like, really remind me that there are good people in the world. Like, you're not, you know, naive or, you know, crazy to think that, you know, there's good people, people that think like you, people that want to see other people win. My channel is all about beauty and fashion, and if that's your vibe, I would love for you to subscribe, join a little community. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome. Thank you for coming back. I'm so glad you are enjoying the content. And if you want to see how I got my graduation makeup, keep watching. So I wanted to zoom you guys in a little closer so that you can see everything, and that I can still lean up, because a lot of times I need to lean up to get in the mirror. I wear glasses, so I can't always see far. So if sometimes you guys see me a little too close and I'm blending or doing things that you guys can't see, I apologize for that. I'm still trying to get adjusted to this, because I want to be able to see what I'm doing and be able to show you guys what's happening. So I'm going to start off with the Becca Under Eye Brightener. I want to redo my video on covering up the severe under eyes, because of course everybody knows by now Becca's going out of business. But I have found two other products for under eye that I'm using right now, so I can see which one I like better, so that I can update the video. So I put mine on pretty heavy, but I don't like blend it out. Well, I blend it out so it's not sitting or patching, but I leave it pretty covered. Like I do mine like this. And then I let it sit for a while, just so it can dry down. So after that has dried down for a few minutes, I'm going to go in with my Born This Way Multi-Sculpting Concealer. I use the color Mocha. And everything I'm using, I'm going to link down in the description box. And of course, you know how we do with this. We're going to let it sit so that we can get the ultimate coverage out of it. And also, too, I forgot to tell you guys before I started, I had my face sprayed with the Farsali Rose Gold Skin Mist. This is on sale because I believe this company is going out of business as well. So if there's any left, I'm going to link it down at the bottom, because I had already stocked up on this. I love this stuff. The Tatcha Dewy Skin Mist was one of my favorite sprays. And for some reason, it kept breaking me out. So I cannot use the Tatcha Skin Mist. And this is this is a close second. Like, I really love this. And also, what I might like this a little bit better than the Tatcha, because the Tatcha would sometimes make me greasy a little bit, and this one is like, it doesn't dry down, which at first was a little weird to me, like it was a little tacky on the skin, but it gives you such a beautiful glow and your skin looks moist. So I think I kind of like this one a little better. You just shake it up and you mist it on, and it gives your skin the most beautiful glow and dewiness, but it does stay a little tacky, so don't be alarmed. But it's one of the best that I had tried. It's pretty expensive, but it's on sale right now, so I'll link it below. So I'm going to take my Morphe E20 brush and I'm going to blend out my concealer. I'm going to bring it down because I'm going to cover this with foundation, so it doesn't like really matter. But sometimes I get a little red right here, so I like to have extra coverage. I had a microderm abrasion a long time ago, like right before I got married. And my dumb self, all in my husband's face, he has a beard. I'm rubbing and oh, especially this side right here. This is my trouble side. All red, and it's just like, it's never been the same since I've done that. So I try to like, I have pretty good skin, but I try to cover like this area right here because I get really dry right here, and a lot of times I get little red spots. So I try to make sure that it's covered. And my under eye brush, this is really the only brush I use. I don't use a beauty blender anymore because I find with the beauty blender, my under eye creases much faster. I'm really not understanding why, but I don't put my powder on with the beauty blender of anything. If I use a beauty blender, 99.9% of the time, all of this is going to be creased up, and I don't know why, but it bees like that. So I always use this brush. Okay, so next we're going to go with foundation. I used the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear. I used the color 511. This was a really good choice for me to use that day because it was really hot and my makeup did not move. Like, I didn't have any like spots where my foundation was lifting, and I was just fanning all day and my foundation stayed in place. And I was like, you did good, L'Oreal, you did good. I'm going to use the Sigma flat brush F80. Pour some out on my hand and I'm just going to start buffing it in. I dab it on the brush and I just go all over the place because I don't like a heavy layer of foundation. It's not needed. So I dab it on and then I start to buff it in. And I don't even use the whole pump, and I get my face pretty much covered. This foundation also has sunscreen in it. This is also going to be linked down below, and that's another thing that I love about it because let me know down in the comments, am I the only one that was today years old when they found out that black women had to use sunscreen as well? I had no idea. My mom was looking at me like, sis, you need sunscreen too. Like, I don't know who you think you are, but yes, ma'am, we have to use sunscreen. So I had zero idea that I thought we had built-in sunscreen, child. I had no idea. And I can't be the only one who thought this, because she was asking me, like, I think I had went to like the beach or something with my husband, and she was like, you have your sunscreen? I'm like, sunscreen for what? What are you talking about? She said, sis, you need sunscreen, boo. So this is what I love also too about this Born This Way concealer. Like, do you see like the dewiness under my eye? Because my skin is like parchment paper. Meanwhile, I have oily eyelids. So I like that this gives me, even though I'm about to put powder on it, I like that it's not drying already. So now I'm going to take my Laura Mercier translucent powder in honey, and I'm going to set it with this old Real Techniques brush. If I can find this, I'm going to link this below too. I've had this brush for 500 years. You see it's all bit up and stuff. So I'm going to probably get me a new one when I link the brush for you guys. I don't let the powder sit on, because that's the last thing you need with dry skin. I just put it on enough so that everything is set, and then I brush it off. All done. All right, let me get something to get the rest of this foundation off my hand, because if I get it on my dress, the whole video's over. Okay, so my next step, I'm going to take the Makeup by Mario Prep and Set in Deep, and I am going to take this color here on the edge, and I'm going to cover my eyelids. This color like matches my skin tone perfectly, and my eyeshadow and stuff doesn't crease like it does when I'm using concealer. A lot of times it's just easier when I have the concealer on to just take it all over my eye, but this is much better for your eyeshadow as it does not move. So I'm going to take it and cover both eyelids with it. One thing I can say about Mario, he has really minimal and minimalistic products, but they all work well. And I'll take that over all of this crazy packaging and bells and whistles and the jack-in-the-box popping up when you open up the eyeshadow and the product be trash. And he doesn't have crazy price points to say his makeup is so good. And he's like a big makeup artist. I do not set my foundation, especially this one, because it's not as dewy. It's more demi-matte, skin-like than I usually go for it, but the formula is so good and the coverage is so good, and I don't like to mess with it because, again, I don't like excess powders and stuff on my face. So, because I already feel just a tiny bit tight, just a little bit. It's not like a heavy foundation or anything, but because my skin is dry, I feel when I have things on my skin. So I don't put powder or anything on it, and it still stays, it doesn't move. So you can powder it if you want. I personally don't. So the next step is I'm going to go off camera and do my eyebrows, and I'm going to come back. So the next step we are going to do is, should I do the bronzer first? I can't remember if I did the bronzer or my eyes. Let's just do the eyes. So I'm going to use the Natasha Denona Sunset Palette. My makeup was not very summertimey. It was a little bit, I guess, fall, you would say, because these colors are pretty rich and deep in this palette. This is one of my favorite palettes ever in life. When this came out, when I tell you I flew to grab this, I missed it when on the first drop, so I had to wait for the second one. I'm still using this. I'm sure the color, girl, I put my finger in it. I'm sure these colors are so old and probably molded or something, but I'm still using, because this was $100 and something, and we gonna get, unless I got a bubble or something forming on my eyelid, we finna use this. I'm gonna take a Morphe Y16 brush, and I'm gonna take, let me see what color this is. I'm gonna take the color Volcano, and I'm going to start laying it down in my crease. Lightly though. And I'm just going to build it up. And because I have hooded eyes, I like to close my eyes and look and see exactly where it is, so I know if I'm bringing it up high enough. And this is a like a loose, fluffy brush. So if you don't have this exact brush, because I don't even think they make this this line anymore, you can use any fluffy brush to lay it down. Just as long as it's like kind of flat at the top. Like I'm not using like a pointed brush or anything. Okay, so now I'm going to take a really small flat brush, if I can find it. Here we go. I'm using the BH Cosmetics. This is a number 9 brush. This is an old brush. A lot of these brushes I've had like when I first started doing makeup, like because I have the Tom Fords and your Sonia G's and what is this, the Cheeky Hodos, and I'm still building up that collection. So until I exchange over to all my other brushes, I'm still using, because a lot of these older brushes are really good. Like the BH Cosmetics, I guess this is the Pro series or something. This is good. And what color is this? I'm going to go in with the color Bronzage. This one right here in the corner. And I'm going to put it over my lid, but I'm also going to wet it. And I'm going to wet it using the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray by, who's this? Charlotte Tilbury. And I'm going to pat it. I'm going to take my Sonia G Classic Crease Brush. Igneous. I'm going to go into the color Igneous. It's like a really rich dark brown color. And I'm going to put it in the corners to deepen it up. And I'm going to start by tapping it in just so I can control it. And then I'm going to blend it. I'm not going to use a lot. It's just to deepen it up a little bit. And what's left over on the brush, I'm going to bring it over in my crease to clean up the shimmer that has risen above. Because when I close my eyes, my shimmer rises up. So what's left on the brush, I'm going to take it over. So now my next step is I'm going to take a smaller brush, the bottom lash. I know some people like to do the rest of their face. I like to concentrate on my eyes. Like I don't want to come back while I'm in my groove of doing my eyes. I like to just finish and then I do the rest of my face. So for my bottom lash, I'm going to take the Maybelline Tattoo gel liner in bold brown, and I'm going to line my lash line. On one eye at a time, because I'm going to take my brush and I'm using the Wayne Goss number 19, and I am going to take Volcano and I'm going to smudge it out. Okay, so far this is how the eye should look. So now I'm going to take my Wayne Goss number 20 brush, and I am going to go into, no, I'm going to use that for later. Yeah. I'm going to take my Sonia G Detail Pro brush. I'm going to take the color Terra, which is this color on the edge, and I'm going to buff it around. And I'm going to blend it a lot because I don't want like a huge pop of color. I just want it to lightly be around the edges, just to graze the edge. So I'm just going to keep buffing until it's the way I like it. And I'm going to take a clean brush. This is a Morphe E27, and I'm just going to buff it around just to clean it up, make sure everything is blended. Okay, now I'm going to take my Wayne Goss 20 and I'm going to take that same color and I'm going to go underneath the Volcano just to smoke it out a little bit more. And I only dipped in a little bit because, lighten up for me, there you go. Because you don't want a lot on there. You just want it to match up with the top. I took it down pretty low because I like my shadow brought down a little low sometimes. Okay. So now for the last step on the eyes, I'm going to take a Morphe E24 brush and I'm going to take the color Abide and I'm going to put it in the corners. And I'm going to bring it down just a little bit under my eye. Just a little bit. So the next step is bronzer. So you already know I'm going to use my Gucci bronzer in 05. So I really had a lot of fun on my graduation. I'm not going to lie and say in the beginning I wasn't a little bit embarrassed to tell anybody that I was getting my diploma, because you figure, you know, when you get to a certain age, that's something you should have been. You know what I mean? Especially when you're working in certain fields. It was something that was always a dark cloud for me. I sit and look at this diploma in such like, when I'm looking at my name, I'm like, this is mine. Like, it's so small because that's something you get when you're a kid, but it's so big to me. Like, I can't believe it. Okay, next I'm going to use the Pat McGrath blush in Paradise Venus. So pretty. Where's my blush brush? Okay. And I take my blush up more towards the back. She did such a beautiful job. So I'm going to take my Costa Riche. This is an eye kohl, but I use this as a lip liner. Like, this is like so beautiful and I love the way it looks on my mouth. So this is the way I use it. Now I'm going to take Tom Ford in Cocoa Ravish. I'm sorry guys, this is an old lipstick. This is not sold anymore. You might be able to find it on eBay, but this is what I used because I didn't want anything too bright on my mouth. And this is like the perfect, oh my God, the perfect nude. Like, somebody give me Tom's email because I make it make sense for me. Why would you stop making this? And then on top of it, I used the Clinique Caramel Pop Lip Gloss. And for the last step, I'm going to do my lashes and I'm going to come right back. So as you can see, I have my lashes. Girl, y'all, look at my lashes. I'm going to be a pro by the time these videos is over. Okay, so the last step, I almost forgot. I have to put a little bit of highlight on because I did have highlight on. I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze in fair medium. Now, I only have fair medium because I stole this from my sister, because in no world would I have ever bought this out of the store. But I love the highlight on this side. Of course, you know, this bronzer is, that's a hell to the no. So the highlight though, like, look at that. The highlight is gorgeous. Like, it's so like lit within. It's not like a stripe of cut. Like, look at this. So beautiful. So now, one more thing. We're going to spray ourselves with the Charlotte Tilbury because this is what helps keep your makeup on all day. Sorry guys, this is what helps keep your makeup on all day. This stuff is amazing. And I was checking for the alcohol in it because we don't got time for no alcohol, Charlotte. Like, we're not trying to look like handbags. So I wasn't seeing anything that made me like, okay, what's going on? But this stuff is excellent. This is also going to be linked below. So we're going to put on our cape. And this, guys, is my makeup for my graduation. I cannot say it without like smiling like a fool. Okay, let's try one more time. This is the makeup for... I cannot believe you would have thought I was graduating with a doctor's degree. So this is my makeup for my graduation, guys. I hope you guys liked it. I really enjoyed filming this for you guys. And it actually came out damn near the same that I had that day. My eyes might have been a little smokier because I knew I was going to be on camera and stuff. But I didn't want to like go overboard. My eyes watering. I didn't want to go overboard like with the color and stuff, just in case you guys wanted to recreate it. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Also, let me know if any of you guys didn't graduate high school or if you got your diploma late. I would love to hear your stories. It's never too late to go get your diploma. It ain't like we some old women. We still young girls. We still out here, you know, making money and doing things, but sometimes things slip through the crack. And never be ashamed or embarrassed of your past because things happen. I didn't finish because I was stupid or, you know, it was circumstances that were out of my control, honestly. And when you're young, you don't know any better. You just going with the flow. So I hope you guys love this video. Please don't forget to hit the like button if you did. That helps me out a lot. Don't forget to subscribe and share me with your friends. And I cannot wait to see you guys in the next video. Bye.